Good morning. I have a question. Alexa, what happens when a dog eats a lizard? What did she say? I love doing that. I know y'all got the machines in your house. Lady A, we
They're
call
talking. Everybody's house is beeping in blue right now.
her. And why do I ask? Because we were tardy today. For those of you watching this on YouTube or listening on podcasts after the fact, we normally start at 9:30 Eastern. It's 9:40. And we had our team meeting, and then we had a situation. I went downstairs, and the couch...
To get your coffee ready?
Yes, the couch was a hot mess. Sergeant's drool everywhere.
Mama.
Normally, there's little pieces of toys and things on the couch, so I see little pieces. I'm like, okay. I'm like, why is there so much drool?
Why is there a pool?
Normally, he salivates for an entire day when he gets a piece of a lizard. He has not to date caught in one. By to date, I mean as of yesterday, if you get where I'm going with this. There was a half a lizard on our couch in a pool of Sergeant's saliva. So, of course, we had to document it. So, check out our Instagram story.
And if you're watching this on YouTube, then maybe we should put it in the highlights under Boogie
This
Lights.
is us.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Incredible. It only took him 2 months. You guys, this is what happens when you're persistent, when you obsess, and when your target is the only thing in view, you achieve the goal. Never fails. Happens every time. Today's Q&A day, and we're going to get to your questions in just a second, but this is a good lesson. Sergeant is obsessed, persistent, and what happened?
And he's unreasonable about his goal.
Unreasonable. He has definiteness of purpose. Every day he wakes up, and that is the mission. He will achieve. And if you do the same, so will you. So what's the formula? Obsession, definiteness of purpose, persistence, and what was the other thing we talked about?
Unreasonable.
Oh, being unreasonable with your goals. That's like obsession.
Obsession. Purpose.
So good.
Purpose. What was the second thing?
Obsession, purpose, persistence.
Persistence. Yeah. Nice.
Brenda already saw it on Instagram. So did Joni. You guys are quick. So good. All right. So now.
Boogie, don't be embarrassed. You should be proud. We are proud of you.
He's going to be like lethargic all day. I really am going to Google that though. What happens when a dog eats a lizard?
It's
Just
fine.
need to make sure he's... What happens when a dog like takes a bite of one and then whatever, but like eats half of one? That's different.
In case you're wondering, he did have a breakfast beforehand.
And then he had a late morning snack. All right, so let's get to these questions. Question number 1 comes from Woodstock, Georgia, by our friend Val Johnson. Val says, this is good. I've chosen not to reward my weight loss / fitness goal milestones with food as I feel it feeds into my unhealthy relationship with food. Example, I lost 15 pounds, so I'll celebrate with a big cheat meal. Anybody been there? How do you all feel about the concept of rewarding with food? What are some of the what are some good achievement reward ideas for reaching health milestones, or some things that you have done for yourselves to celebrate your goals? Great question. Want to start?
Yeah. So the reality is that when it comes to achieving a milestone, only you get to decide how you want to celebrate it. Nobody should tell you how you should celebrate. However, the focus should not be on the celebration, but rather the goal. Because if you constantly keep focus on the celebration, then your intention's not in the right place.
What do they need to focus on?
The goal, the target. But the reality is that, if that's what speaks to you, like I want a massive cheeseburger after I've dropped 15 pounds, great. There's nothing, like if that is your way of rewarding yourself, there's nothing wrong with that. Though when it comes to achieving health goals, it could be a bit of an oxymoron. However, we preach progress, not perfection. So shame on me to tell somebody that you shouldn't, set any like food celebrations or that sort of thing if that's what inspires you. Yeah.
So focusing on the goal, I'm gonna work through this a little bit, because there have been times where, and each person is different, so this is where it's good to like know you and know how you operate and understand how you're defining and understanding the words that are being used for you. Because there's also, when you focus on the goal, is the goal to lose 15 pounds, or is the goal what you gain by losing 15 pounds? I don't know. That's for you to answer. And when you focus on the goal, sometimes we neglect the actual actions that are being taken. So I like to focus on the actions while keeping the goal at the top of mind. So what I wrote was focus on goal, obsess about actions. Then I caution you about the word obsess. I just used it with Sargent. He's absolutely obsessed. If you obsess about something, you will achieve it. It's the truth. However, it's good to understand an obsession, and that it be a healthy obsession. Because an unhealthy obsession will drive you straight into the ground and
will drain you.
And the way that we work is very much not in an obsessive manner. The way we teach when you're first getting started with something, if you go all in on something, a lot of you guys have heard of 75 Hard by Andy Frisella. Awesome. A lot of people just go into it with the wrong intention. That program is designed to develop absolute discipline, mental resiliency, not weight loss. That's not the purpose of the program. You lose weight, so people are like, I gotta do this because I'm gonna lose weight. That's not the purpose or intention of that program. The purpose and intention of that program is to develop intense discipline in all areas of your life. Intense. And most people cannot handle it. So the way that we work, I want somebody to be able to do, like Sarit and I, we could do 75 Hard at the point that we're at. And we could finish it without going completely off the rocker on the other end, because we've already developed a discipline. But we did not develop that discipline by just throwing our like jumping out of a helicopter into the ocean with no life jacket, being like, make it to the shore. Because most people would die. So be mindful of how you think of the term obsession, and I would work towards it in a healthy way. because that's truly how you will get whatever you're looking to achieve. But you have to be mindful along in that process about what, how you operate. Because if you're obsessing about something but you can't be consistent with it, that's the yo-yo, right? So the way that we work when we coach people in the inner circle or the Ultimate Transformation Academy and things like that, it's very much let's build you up. Let's build you up gradually to the point to where you could do something like that. But there's so many steps that people just fail to, they just try to bypass, and you can't. So that's the addition that I have to that.
Consistency before intensity.
Consistency before intensity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you can gradually increase.
Intensity is vanity, but consistency is sanity. And that's why most people who are like, okay, I want to lose 20 pounds, they go like from 0 to 100. They focus on the vanity, the intensity. No more carbs, no more treats, no more alcohol, no more this. And then because they're doing it in an intense way before they've built the consistency, they can't keep up with it. That's what leads to insanity. Basically, like you go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I mean, come on, shit.
Yeah, I think the example of running downhill is a good analogy. When you run downhill, in order to not fall on your face, you resist, right? You push back a little bit against the angle, mm-hmm. right? There's resistance that you're using with your legs and the angle of your body, so you don't fall on your face. That is, that's like sometimes you've got to control the speed in which you're moving forward. Otherwise, if you just let your body go downhill and you put your body at the same angle as if you were running on a flat surface, and that surface angled and so did your body, are your legs going to be able to keep up with your torso? And you want to ride the line to where like I'm going as fast as I can without smashing my face on the ground. Sometimes you smash your face on the ground and you say, oh, that was the wrong angle. I better do it different. Let me get up. That hurt. That sucked. Right? That's when you have like the binge. That hurt. That sucked. Let me get back up and figure out what a more appropriate angle is for where I'm at currently. Mm-hmm. I went totally off of this question, but rewarding yourself with other things. I would say, tell them some of the things that like you have your clients do to reward certain milestones that they hit.
It's all personalized. It's whatever is important to them. Like going to get Lululemon clothes.
Yeah, you've done the piggy bank thing, like the saving money thing. You've done for a vacation.
It's all personalized based on, like what are your bigger life goals? Let's tie it into something that's in alignment with that. Now, if you're like, man, Sarit, like cheeseburger is my thing. Okay, then go to like a cheeseburger joint and like have fun. Just don't weigh yourself the next day.
And it isn't about eating all you can eat because you've achieved something. It's about intentionally enjoying something, mm-hmm. whatever that thing may be. Now, if you've got a tendency to like, if you got an unhealthy relationship with food, maybe food isn't the best thing. And in that case, what you can do is like, I've heard Sarit strategize with some clients say, okay, each week or each day you achieve the daily targets that you have or whatever, put X number of money aside to work towards vacation. To work towards, a new outfit, uh-huh. to work towards something like that, right? So then you're still rewarding yourself and you can still feel it, but you're not feeding into, no pun intended, an unhealthy relationship with food.
Yeah. And some people need that because food is just such a big part of our lives, sometimes just for being like on point for a week or a couple of days, like a person may need a treat. So again, it is all personalized. Everybody's different. There's really no right or wrong. It's just something to keep you motivated that will tie it in with the bigger picture of where you're going.
It's all something to look forward to because I've earned something.
Mm-hmm.
I would just say, if you do have a history of like a poor relationship with food, and you're going to use, like, food is going to be any part of a celebration or like a reward for hitting a milestone, let it be the communion, not the food itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, let it be the experience with the people. Don't like go to Taco Bell and buy $20 worth of food that could feed a family of 10 and just like sit by yourself and like just smash it down mindlessly. I would say that that's not like,
Yeah, that's not a celebration. That's self-abuse.
yeah, nice. But yeah, being mindful of like what's the intention behind whatever it is that I'm doing to reward
But if
myself.
you love, like Mexican food, like go to a Mexican restaurant and have fun. Have some margaritas, have some chips and salsa, whatever.
Yeah, invite like friends or family, like enjoy the experience of it.
Yeah. In life, it's all about the experience.
Great question.
Yeah. Hope that helps, Val.
Ooh, Olivia
Uh-huh.
just signed up for the UTC,
Did she?
the Underground Training Club. She needs an email from us.
This morning?
For a year.
Dude. Commitment.
She is from Nebraska and she has a question. What are the logistics for doing the Underground Training Club? Equipment, price, etc. Oh, well, you found out the price, obviously, on that one. But for those of you who don't know, Underground Training Club there's two options. It's either $67 a month on a month-to-month subscription, or it is $670 on an annual subscription. So essentially you end up with 2 months for free out of the year calendar.
Mm-hmm.
As far as training equipment, there are 2 different versions of workouts in Underground Training Club. One of them is a full equipment version and the other one is a limited equipment version. I would love to see in the chat who are the UTC homies and who's almost there. I know some of you, Liz Martini, are almost there. There's also more of you in Burn Zone 4 right now, getting really close. But with equipment, the staples that you'll want to have, if you've gone through the Burn Zone series, then you should already have some dumbbells and a jump rope or kettlebells or both dumbbells and kettlebells and a jump rope. So that will be enough equipment. If you wanted to upgrade a little bit, a pull-up bar is useful. A barbell is useful, and I would recommend bumper plates to go on the barbell. We should make a UTC training equipment list for like if you were to build in order of importance.
That's in the development parts that we have coming up. It's one of the things that we have. Yeah, we're about to do a lot of stuff for the UTC.
Sarit is taking care of you right now, by the way.
Yeah.
Next steps coming your way. All right.
Did we answer her question?
What are the logistics? Yeah, there's a full equipment version where we use barbells, weights, pull-up bar, dumbbells, kettlebells, jump ropes, ab wheel.
All the things.
Yeah.
But there's also a limited equipment version.
And then the limited equipment version is mostly dumbbells, kettlebells, jump rope. It's helpful to have an ab wheel, and it's a pretty inexpensive piece of equipment also. But a pull-up bar, I would say a pull-up bar and the barbell are the next things that you'll want to get. A squat rack is nice. Squat rack's just going to be more of an investment for you. Shout out to Beth Lewis.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, so Lauren Waymeyer, UTC.
Yeah, the UTC is where it's at. And I don't know whoever did today's workout. Don't know if you did it already, but
Oh, Olivia has
that's it.
4 workouts left. Nice. She's prepared.
That's awesome.
Stacy also dropped the Underground Training Club. Guys, if you want to see what the qualifications are for that, it's in the comments. And also in the description below if you're watching this on YouTube. Do we need to know the names? There we go. Nice. Oh, a box. A box is good too. All right. Okay. This is a long question and I feel like it might be a complex answer.
I'm almost done.
Okay. What do you want me to do? Tell a joke?
No. Start reading it. I'm going to be present just a second.
Should have brought my microphone up here. Oh gosh. Okay. The next question we have is from Tanya Hall in Wales, in the United Kingdom. All the way over on that side of the world. That's amazing that you're here. How would you advise someone who wants to change career, who is not motivated by their current job, but would need to take a significant cut from salary to do so? I love this.
That's a great question.
Especially when they have financial commitments. I'm signed up to courses and I'm researching volunteering opportunities to get me to where I want to eventually be, but I would love to be able to start working in that industry soon, not years from now. My current job does not fill me with happiness and actually reverses all of the positivity I get from consistency in movement and nutrition. It knocks my confidence every day. You guys, Tanya,
Courageous.
I love this question. You know why? Because so many things in this world are promising something for nothing, and that is the biggest fallacy. Mm-hmm. You want something great, you gotta grind. You gotta take a pay cut. You gotta be patient. You have to work hard. Anything that anybody has ever gotten handed to them has never fulfilled them because you didn't work for it. Mm-hmm. An example, and my love to anyone who has had a weight loss surgery without changing their habits. This might hit close to home for some, and my intention is just to use it as an understandable reference, a guide. If you didn't earn where you're at, you will have an extremely difficult time staying there. If you won the lottery, but you haven't practiced good financial habits, you will go bankrupt. If you were, what's another example?
Whatever you haven't earned will be taken away from you.
Yeah, if you haven't worked for it, then you haven't developed the habits, the skills, the leadership, the qualities, you haven't become the person you need to be who holds on to that.
Yeah.
So I love that you're asking this question because we were talking about this on the beach when we were walking on Sunday. Mm-hmm. You cannot shoot a rock out of a slingshot if you don't pull it back first. Think about this. You want to launch forward, you have to pull back on something first. I want to shout out to some people from our team. The first person that comes to my mind is Crystal Catalina. Mm-hmm. Coach Crystal, you guys know. This girl, I love it so much because it reminds us of us. Mm-hmm. You had a good, stable job that was, paying you a comfortable wage. But you saw something else that was more in alignment with you. You ran towards it. You took a pay cut initially. There's uncertainty. There's more effort, but there's also, with all of that comes more fulfillment and greater opportunities for the future. So what would you rather? We'll get to the question, but I'm setting the stage. Because if you really want to propel forward in life, you got to give up something first. You really do. For us, we gave up really well-paying personal training jobs at a very qualified gym, and went on our own. No promise for income other than whatever we're able to generate on our own. Nobody marketing for us. Nobody spreading the word about who Erin and Sarit are except for us. Made a lot less money for a lot longer period of time. Why? So we could shoot ourselves into outer space. But when you're definite on the purpose that you have and what you want to do and where you want to go, and you don't waver, you're going to make it. You just have to keep pushing forward, but you have to be certain that you have to have faith that you want it bad enough that nothing will take it away from you. No adversity. There's going to be adversity. No negative comments. There's going to be negative comments. You have to know. So I love that you're doing this. And those who are willing to give up comfort for something greater in life are the ones who will succeed and find the greater things in life. Mm-hmm. Okay, so how would you advise?
Yeah, that's a great question, Tanya. Thank you so much for asking this. So here's the thing with entrepreneurship. It's a very fine dance between the hopeful dreamer versus the relentless go-getter. Now, this is really important to understand because we live in an economic world. And that's why it's really important to understand your finances, because the goal is to monetize based on your passion. However, if right now you don't have the skills and tools, you're not adding value in any way with regards to your passion, you're not getting money from it, then leaving your job is just, it's a mistake. You know, like, step number one is you gotta know your finances. What is the minimum amount of money that you're gonna have to generate each and every month in order to just break even? Step number two, you have to get very clear on what you're willing to sacrifice. Want to talk about sacrifices? Did you guys know that when Erin and I started our entrepreneurship journey, for the first 2 years, you guys, we did not go out to eat. Not even a poke lunch. That's like $17. That level of sacrifice. Until very recently, November of last year, when we switched our car. We drove in a beat up 2007 Ford Focus. You guys, you have to, like, it's important to share these things because some sacrifices have to be made. And it's important to know that, because if you just live in this like hopeful dreamer land with no plan, then dude, like, no. Life is gonna shit on you. Yes, you have to dream. That's what makes entrepreneurship amazing, but you also have to have calculated moves.
I want to give the full picture of this Ford Focus.
Okay.
Ford Focus, hubcaps missing off of like 2 tires, maybe. Wheels, whichever part, I don't know, on the wheel. Both rear view mirrors falling off without duct tape. We called them the ears. We had to tape the ears on. One of the tires, the driver's side back tire, would go flat over the course of a couple
3
weeks. So I would be constantly filling the tire with air at the gas station. Waste of time. But, and then battery would die, completely unreliable. And we got to the point where we had enough money to get a new car, but we still just didn't. We're like, this is not a priority. Why? We never go anywhere. Why would we buy a new car? Why? When we can use this money to like elevate our success, like a car is not helping us do that. Why would we do that? And then one day I was going to go surfing. I was so excited. I got everything ready. And I put the board in the car and I was like ready to go. Car wouldn't start. Battery was dead again. And I walked in the house and I was like, it's time for a new car. And then we bought a new car online that day. So anyways.
Payment plans though.
On a payment plan, even though we could have bought it. Mm-hmm. But we're like, okay, well, this little bit of extra that we're going to end up paying, by the time we get however many years down the road, I think we put on like a 3-year
plan.
3 year.
Mm-hmm.
3 years from now, that little bit of interest isn't going to matter. So you change your way of thinking, but there's great sacrifice.
But we wouldn't have done it had we not, like, we also made tremendous progress last year. Like, if we were in the same situation that we were 2 years ago,
yeah.
I really don't care. But I would have driven the car for another 5 years. Like, just being completely honest.
I don't think it would have lived for 5 years. We knew our purpose. We knew where we were going. We knew we had faith we were going to get there. And we enjoy it.
And once we got to the next level, we rewarded ourselves with a car that functions. And we made a donation to a battered women's home. So they took away the car. They went to fix it up.
No, we did a Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Oh, Make-A-Wish. Just as great.
Make-A-Wish Foundation. And they sold the car for $1,000, which is way more than I would have been able to sell it for. Mm-hmm. We get to write it off on our taxes. Make-A-Wish Foundation gets $1,000 to help a kid make a dream come true. Dude.
It's amazing. Vehicle. So here's the thing. For one, you have to understand your finances and where you're at. For two, you have to get very clear on what you're willing to sacrifice, because I will tell you this. Everything that you are on a mission to pursue is gonna be 10 times harder and will take you 10 times longer.
And cost.
And if you're not willing to sacrifice a lot, and you're being dominated by this hopeful dreamer part of you, which is amazing. However, like, if you're not willing to make extreme sacrifices, then, I will tell you to get real with yourself about it beforehand, because otherwise you're going to be up to a rude awakening. And, once you get clear on that, then, find a vehicle where you can start adding value while developing your skills, and hopefully over time start getting compensated for it. The more you produce at that place, like the bigger of a contributor you are, the more you're going to be compensated. And then you can make the decision of, okay, instead of, having a full-time job and basically like a part-time job where I'm contributing so much, it's like working full-time jobs. Now it would only take a small sacrifice for me to know that from an economic standpoint, I'm almost where I need to be. But now you have twice the amount of time. But you have this level of confidence that you can produce for yourself, and therefore you won't be in a position where you will have to live out of your car. And some entrepreneurs have done that. There's a time and a place for everything. However, and this is what our mentor Grant Cardone says, like, passion is great, but you have to be able to fill up your pipeline. Like, if your pipeline is empty and you're like, passion, like, There's only so much passion you can give when you're not able to feed yourself.
I got passion in my pants and I ain't afraid to show it. Show it. Show it. Oh, I'm sexy.
So like when we left our comfortable jobs and nothing was guaranteed for us, though nothing was guaranteed long term, because when you personal train someone, after every package they can say, okay, I'm done. We knew that we have made an income where we could like almost break even. So yes, the pressure was insanely high, the sacrifices were insanely high, but we were ready for it. Because for us, living a life that wasn't fulfilled is the biggest cost. So we're like, it's now or never.
It's a killer.
And by the way, the story that I'm telling you, Crystal did the same thing. For example, she started with us part-time, contributed a lot, and now she's been full-time with us January, February, March, almost for 4 months.
Full-time, moved to Florida.
She's not the only one on the team who's going through this transition either. Mm-hmm. In order to live a life in alignment, some sacrifices have to make. Remember this, in life you have 3 resources: time, energy, and money. So you want to invest as much of what you have in the moment.
There's a 4th, talent. It's a resource. And then other people. But we can go like that. That's gaining it. But, okay, so for like...
So with regards to that, Tanya, what I would say is find a vehicle where you can start learning some skills while you're getting your degree or whatever. My second question to you is, do you need to get a degree in order to be a contributor? Like, is that really necessary?
Is it is it like surgical procedures or something where it's like absolutely necessary you have a degree to be able to do what you do? Because she said, I'm signed up to courses and I'm researching volunteering options.
Great.
That's awesome. So here's the first thing that I would say is grow the amount of capital. Grow the amount of capital that you'll want to have access to, so that when you do leave wherever you're at, there's a little bit of a blanket. I mean, we didn't have much of a blanket, so it's possible without that. But rate all of your expenses. Go through your bank account. This is a good exercise for anybody, by the way. Go through your bank account and rate your expenses 1 to 5. 1 being like, this is absolutely useless. Like, I don't know. Am I going the wrong way?
Look, just make sure that you become disciplined with your expenses. Whatever is unnecessary, whatever you'd rate a 1 or a 2, get rid of it.
Okay.
Be very clear on what is your income.
So let me give them like clear understanding of this. Like,
okay,
if it's not benefiting your life, if there's no way it's positively contributing to your life, it's lower down. 1, 2. If it's like, oh, maybe I need it, but not really, like I could do without it. Like, what would my life look like without this? And would I be able to make my life still work without having this thing? 2 or 3, right? 1, 2, 3. 4 and 5, absolutely essential. I absolutely need it. And like, be strict on yourself with these if you're wanting to like improve your financial situation, and live below your means. I need food or I will die. I need water or I will die. Shelter is a good thing. It's not absolutely necessary, but it's probably something that you want to have for safety, and so that you can have a place to develop your skills and experience. Cut everything else. Anything 3, 2, or 1, go away. Okay? Then figure out how much extra time you have away from the job that you're doing right now, and commit to however much time you're going to use of that extra time to gain new skills, get experience, educate yourself on whatever it is that you want to do, and to get experience, start helping people with the new skills that you've developed. Start solving problems in the way that you're passionate about for people who have problems that your skills and your talents and you can solve. Um, get that experience, because that experience builds confidence. Then when you have more confidence, and maybe you've gained from people even some testimonials about how you've been able to help them, and you kind of get some kind of like structure and order to what you're doing, then you need to gauge, like, at what point can I leave what I'm doing? You've got to figure out how to monetize it. You've got to have courage to go out and tell people what you're doing. Hey, my name is so and so, and I do X, Y, and Z, and I help people solve these problems, and I'm awesome. Like, you have to be able to say that, to be able to generate revenue from whatever problems you're solving.
I want to talk about making sure also, in order to maximize time, jumping on the right vehicle. Because you said you're researching volunteering opportunities, and though it is great, however, with a lot of volunteering opportunities, these are normally like not-for-profit organizations. And here is the thing, like, you have to, I would recommend that you would invest your time and efforts in a place where you can grow your long-term goals.
I have an idea.
Because otherwise, like, you might as well become more efficient with your time.
I have an idea.
What?
Live below your means. Find a job that, even at an entry level position, be willing to take an entry level position. We've known people who, like,
or even depending on where she's at.
Hold on, we've known people. This is like for the masses.
Sometimes you have to take a below entry level position. Like, if she doesn't have the skills, then no, like, she's not qualified for that.
What's below entry level?
Internship.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, ideally, if you have enough skills that somebody will hire you to do the job that you can do, then great. That way you're getting paid to get experience there, and you're getting paid to get educated, and you're getting paid to learn how somebody else does it. That's the ideal situation. If you do not yet have the skills necessary, then I would say use extra time. Don't quit your job, but use extra time to then, do volunteering and learn. The ideal situation is to be paid to learn in that environment, even if you have to take a pay cut. But if you don't have the skills, then it is tricky that somebody's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, but if you want to live the life of your dreams, you're gonna have to be willing to sacrifice, and don't focus on ideal. Because for a long time, I will tell you guys, like, it is what it is. It's not going to be ideal. So many people focus on this, like, balance. Like, you want to live the life of your dreams, erase the word balance. It's about extreme sacrifice. But also setting boundaries so you don't, lose yourself in the process.
Yeah. It's harmonization.
Yeah.
If you wanted to be a personal trainer, but you were not certified, you could not take clients. You could not be a personal trainer. You would not be paid to be a personal trainer. So there were interns that would come in who were like still in college or whatever, finishing up their whatever they were doing, or not yet certified, but working on being certified. The gym, Equinox, that we were at would allow them to come in as interns, shadow the trainers, learn from, whoever, to be able to get that experience in a real life situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hope that helps.
I hope that helps, Tanya. That was a great question.
Yeah, that was awesome. I think that's it for today, though.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking your questions. It makes us excited to answer. If you're not already signed up for the Transformation Kickstart Challenge, get your ass in there. improveyousolutions.com/Kickstarter. Why? Because most people try to lose weight in ways that are difficult to sustain. And our only mission is to teach you the way that you can sustain and build up, like we were talking about in the beginning of this episode. And that is what the Transformation Kickstarter is designed to show you. So improveyousolutions.com/Kickstarter. I'm sure it's going to be in the description below and in the comments if you're watching this on Facebook. Thank you, Stacy, for taking care of those things. Always thank you for showing up for you and working on becoming the best version you could possibly be, for your relentless attitude, for your positive nature, and for continuing forward regardless of what things in life may punch you in the face.
Amen.
That's all I have. So, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Did you have anything to add?
And even if you're already doing something, like let's say if you're in the UTA or the inner circle, you need to do it.
It's just fun.
You specifically need to do it. If you've got something great going on, great. That's going to be an additional challenge to help you really refocus. If you're not doing anything, then you definitely need to do it, because you need a system and you need structure and you need support.
Everybody could use a challenge, though.
And besides, the winner gets $1,000. Second place gets $500. Third place gets $300.
You want to win some cash money?
So you've got literally like everything to gain and nothing to lose.
And fat to lose.
Except for, maybe a couple extra pounds or
win-win.
some inches.
Win-win. Win-win. So,
Amen.
We'll see you there, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Did we tell them about Thursday and Friday?
We did not yet. No, because it's not Thursday and Friday yet.
Well, let's prepare them ahead of time.
Okay.
There will be no espresso on Thursday and Friday, but there will be something special coming to you from somebody who was talked about in today's episode. Mm-hmm. So stay tuned. No matter what, though it is sad that we will not be here Thursday, Friday for an espresso episode, I guarantee you will be entertained and educated and excited for what will be here. We have a workshop to help us achieve our mission, and it happens to be on those days. So we're handing the mic over to somebody from our team, and it's going to be exciting. So still show up.
We'll give you more details about that tomorrow. So you just prepare to show up. However, do not be surprised if you don't see our faces. Other than that, sign up for the Transformation Kickstarter Challenge, improveyousolutions.com/Kickstarter, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.